Good afternoon, everybody. Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad, and today is time for another update, Q&A, and talk about some commenters on the No Time to Be Sad channel. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I have a lot of questions, a lot of comments, and yeah, let's get to it. First question is, I didn't put the name down. I don't know why. Anyway, I have a question about immigration for retired visa. When you travel around Thailand and you're back at your place, do you tell immigration you're back at your home address in Thailand? And even when you get out of the country and you back in Thailand, I know the 90-day report go back to 0. When you travel around Thailand, first off, let me start with this. You need to check with your local immigration and ask them what their requirements are of you, because you'll find in different provinces it's a little bit different what the immigration requires of you, your status, whatever. I used to, first off, the immigration office doesn't want me coming in there every time I spend the night outside the province. They've got way too much stuff going on, and they don't really. The hotels and stuff, it's their obligation to do a TM30 when you check into their hotel. They even do it when I stay in if we stay in NakhonPhanom, they don't have to because I'm still in my province, but they do it anyway. You don't have to do it here in my province. Like they don't, I'd be going in there like all the time. So what's the sense of being retired in Thailand if every time you sleep outside of your town, you got to go report to immigration? That wouldn't be very convenient, I think, for anybody. So I'm going to say a big no on it. Plus, they have no idea anyway, or more or less care. So when you leave the country, however, you do change your re-entry date. They already know that in the computer system when you go through the immigration office or whatever, through the airport or wherever you're coming across. They already input when you come into Thailand, so you get a new date. So I used to go every time we left the country, but a few years ago I decided to get a multiple entry. I didn't during COVID because we weren't traveling outside, couldn't. So now I get the multiple entry. It's worth having if you're traveling outside more than 4 times a year. So anyway, when I went in there to check in after we had returned from wherever, the officer says, no, you don't have to come check in. You have a multiple entry stamp, multiple entry permit. You don't have to come. So that's just my immigration. I've traveled outside, I don't know how many times, a lot. And my 90-day check-in, of course, yeah, when you leave and you come back, you get a new date when you arrived in Thailand, and your 90-day starts at that date. So I go ahead and I do the online still. Let me tell you something on the online, because a lot of people have a problem with it. The most problems that I've heard is not putting the correct address in the box. You need to make sure whatever your residence is that the immigration office has, that's the exact address that has to be put in all of the blanks when you fill in the address. Also, make sure your dates are all correct. And another thing, probably the most important thing, is you have to do it, and maybe they've changed this, I don't know, I haven't tried recently, but you can't do it online anytime before 14 days or 7 days of your actual due date. So you have to do it between day 14 and day 7. You have to do the online. If you do it on day 6, it'll get declined. They want it 2 weeks prior to your check-in date. That being said, of course, you got a week before and a week after before you get to whatever the little tiny penalty is. You'll have to go in the office to do that. So anyway, I do that online, and I change the date on my calendar on my phone from, usually I'll do like 12 or 13 days before the due date. I get an alert on my phone, then I go to my computer and I do my 90-day check-in. I'm going to try to run through these because I got quite a bit. Next question, Entum KT1. You try not to feed into the negative stuff, but you want to feed from using negative video titles that you have started with. Amazing. Amazing. And he's talking about I think this guy's made a couple comments, but I don't think he really watches the whole complete video. But he likes to comment. It's okay. I appreciate it. The video was the last Q&A video. Are Thais becoming less tolerant of me? Why not go to Laos? And my wife won't help my mom or something like that. But you know, you have to dress up the title or nobody's going to watch it. What do you call a video that has multiple topics or multiple things going on? I don't think a lot of people understand, but this isn't the Mr. Rogers show in Tem. I'm trying to make content appealing to try to attract people to come watch the video. I guess it's the same thing as you dressing up, putting your fancy glasses on so you can appear to be cool, you know. Anyway, next question or comment. Thomas R 53. From around 14 minutes for the next 30 odd seconds, Paige is not listening to you, Chuck. I know how it feels after so many years together. My wife just says, yeah, whatever. I'm the same way past the 7-year itch, like the 30-year itch. I think we grow into just being there for each other's company and supporting each other in old age. Always have each other's backs. Nice video, thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to share this comment. Yeah, he's right, you know, but the thing is when Paige talks a lot of time, especially when I'm on camera, I can't hear her if she's on this side. And when I'm editing the video, like she's talking and I'm like cutting her off. I'm like, yeah, I look like a rude ass, you know, but I can't hear. And sometimes I can't understand what she's saying and I just, okay, I agree. I don't want to keep going, what? But yeah, same with her, with me. I talk a lot and she's like, I don't know if you're talking on the camera, you know, talking to me. So a lot of times she doesn't pay attention. But anyway, we all get along and we just laugh it off. The Rock 8224, some Lao borders accept Lao EV. This comment right here I put on here because I didn't know and I appreciate the input and I want to share it with you because I talked about this on the last video. Why I didn't want to go to Laos was because they put a big ass stamp in my passport. It just takes up too much space. Once you get the sticker, then all the stamps, it's like 2 pages. Some Lao borders accept Lao e-visa, including Muk Dahan, Hunnicutt, and Nong Khai, Vietnam. NakhonPhanom, however, does not. So I advise applying for the Lao e-visa. Takes up to 3 working days and thus saves pages in your passport. I appreciate that information. I did hear that once before, and when we decide to travel, no matter where we go, we always... Well, I always investigate, how do I get there? Is there a visa? Sometimes you have to do the little check-in online. The government, what is it, like a TM6 or something? Through customs, you may have to do that online. Whatever they require. If you travel outside of your country, these are the things that you have to do. You can look at some of the stuff online on the government sites to see what's required of you to enter their country. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to definitely try that after I do more research when we go into the capital. Gene Allen. I sometimes wonder if Paige is listening to you. Maybe that's why she's so happy. Kind of the same comment, but I think I explained that. Yeah, sometimes she doesn't know if I'm talking to her or talking to the camera. And sometimes I can't even hear her. So it all works out. I've had the opposite where you're like, blah, 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 like you can't even poop, you know, without, you know, you're not doing it right. And why aren't you out here trying to figure out how to make me happy? And, you know, why are you talking when you're supposed to be listening to me? You know, I've already had all that shit. So I'm good to go. This guy, it's starting to become like a habit with this guy. Why did you start with all these negative spin titles? You know, there's so many YouTube videos out there. There's a lot of different channels. There's so many restaurants, all kinds of places. Could you imagine, like, if you're not happy with the video content or you're not happy with the restaurant, like you constantly have to tell the people how to do their channel. I mean, why does little things like that, why is that such a big deal? Like, just let it go. Just, you know, I appreciate the input, but it kind of gets old. Like, what would you name the video? Like, if you watch the video, what would you say? Oh, this is video episode number 7 of No Time to Be Sad. I don't have that kind of following, so I have to make something a little catchy to try to get people to watch the video. But anyway, the video, I asked him, I said, do you have any suggestions on the name of the video? You know, no response. But it was entitled of, In Thailand, I Must Fix My Own Problems. One day the traveling will come to an end. Basically, it's exactly what I talked about in the video. You know, sometimes I have to do my own, fix my own stuff. I can't call somebody to come repair something. I've got to fix it myself. And this video is quite a while ago. But I was talking about when as our parents are getting older, our traveling will have to become more limited, if not come to an end. And we're traveling as much as we can while we're healthy, and everybody's healthy. And I don't know, negativity spin. I mean, what is the problem? It's weird. People are just, I don't know. What is your channel? I mean, share us your channel name and all of the I mean, I guess if I'm making a video about a specific topic, of course, that would be easy. How to change a spin cycle motor in a washing machine, you know, something like that. Whatever. I don't know how I came up with that. Next question. Let's move on. John U5T7M, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Golfing sucks. You're killing the channel with all the golf. Come on, man. Come on, man. There was no golfing in the video at all. But, you know, you just want to complain about it. I'm just sharing my everyday life is what I really only wanted to do the last 8 years of making videos on the internet. It just happens to be, so, again, you know, this is like killing the video. I'm just sharing my life. That's all I'm doing. If you don't like that part, I guess just don't watch it. I try to make it somewhat entertaining. I don't know. It's just part of life and what you can expect coming over to Thailand. And I guess how we evolve of human beings. But my main part of this channel is to stop worrying so much about every little thing and just enjoy life. There was no golf in this video, John. 100 and 1,000 baht a night here at the Old Inn. No swimming pool. They have a kind of a makeshift breakfast station. You can actually have some kind of breakfast downstairs. I haven't participated in that usually ever. I usually just bring like a cup of soup because it has a kettle here. And it comes with coffee, refrigerator, nothing in the refrigerator, just water and coffee and tea, actually. Relax. Thank you for watching. Or whatever, skipping through. You apparently watched up to 2 minutes, but I don't know where you got the golfing. BR6021, is there much difference in cost if your mom preferred to live at the Centaura? Do they allow anyone to live there? I don't know if they have a permanent thing. It's possible. I don't know. A lot of big hotels have like a realtor there, and you can stay there long term. But no, she's not going to stay there. For one, it's too far for me. And she doesn't want to stay in Udon too long anyway. She just likes to go visit and go back to her. She really enjoys her little place in NakhonPhanom. And she has it set up pretty nice. No place is perfect, but it's a good place for her to visit. And but it's ultimately up to her. She could get a condo there if she wanted to, or whatever, you know, whatever she wanted to do that was, you know, realistic, I guess. You know, my mom is pretty realistic and logical in her thinking. But I will say this, if that's what she wanted to do, she would be doing that. Would it be much different? Yes, a lot different. My mom basically pays, I don't remember the exact number, like 80,000 baht a year. I don't know. You're not going to find, even it was, I don't remember what it was for the month. I think if you just pay monthly, it was like 10,000 or something baht for her little place. For 30 days, you're not going to get that at Centaura. That's for sure. So, I think it'd be 3 times higher over there. Next question. Steve Jepson. Careful, there's a lot of counterfeit clubs around. I made a video in Udon where I bought a set of clubs for under $50. I wanted to share that because I think a lot of people, even now that I'm showing the videos about golf, people are interested. Well, maybe I can suck like Chuck, play some golf, give me something to do. And they really appreciate the fact that I'm showing options of stuff for them to do that they didn't even know they had here, or the quality of the stuff they had here. But I did a video to show, like, you can just come buy a set. You don't need to carry your clubs all the way from America. You can just buy a decent used set here and leave them here. And sometimes, well, like this set was cheaper than it was to play a round of golf in a lot of places in Thailand. But anyway, to his question, to reply to it here, a lot of clubs, especially the tailor-made clubs, are actually made in China. Actually, almost everything is made in China. It's just about impossible in America to make anything because of the high cost of doing business. Hopefully that'll change. But it's like between the employees and the regulations and the restrictions and the difficulty it is, like, you couldn't sell a set of clubs in America if you were able to produce them there. So what they normally do with a lot of things, including bikes, most of the bike parts, bike frames for sure, are made in like Taipei, in Taiwan. And but they, of course, it's made in Germany or made in America or made wherever. But same with the clubs, they just assemble them. Now they may make something like the shaft or the head or something or whatever, but most of it's, I don't know exactly. I can do a little research and share it right here, but it's made in China anyway, so I go through the effort of trying to do counterfeit. I imagine once it comes to the US, the price quadruples. I think a lot of those clubs, somebody told me, come out of Japan. Most all the used clubs there came out of Japan anyway. Next question. Inner Cynic. Careful there, Chuck. Another one. You may very well be buying a skillfully made set of counterfeits. Now, I think you guys are just paying like way too much for the clubs that you're getting. Like if you go to Korea, you can get a lot of Samsung, like South Korea, you can get a lot of electronics fairly cheap there. And in Japan too, but once it hits, of course they charge a huge amount of tax, to take the stuff there. And like I said, hopefully a lot of that stuff changes. But it's expensive once it's there, and then they got to sell it. They got cost of doing business over there is a lot more. Any condo, or next question. Stuart Brewster. Any condo or house rentals in Udon? I think the best thing if you want to go anywhere in Thailand is do some research online. It is so easy to get information online now. You can type in, and it doesn't even have to be correct. The computer actually try to figure out what you're saying and give you a whole lot of options and what they think you might be looking for. So if you just type in house rentals and condos in Udon Thani, see what happens, see what comes up. I bet you'll find a lot of stuff that you, instead of asking me, you can probably get actual dimensions, what the home even looks like with pictures and some pricing, and probably a way of contacting them. And if it's on Facebook, a lot of times you can send them a message anywhere in the world and talk back to them in English, because they have Translate now. You can talk back and forth through a Translate. Next question, Douglas Shaitan. Do your Thai family suffer from lactose intolerant? My Thai family had a severe reaction when she ate cheese. It was not pleasant. You know, it's weird. When we were in America, Paige she had to get lactose-free milk a lot. But now she's okay. The thing I think now in Thailand is they have a lot of dairy products now than they used to. Same with like peanuts, you know. But there's a lot of dairy and everything. A lot of sweets now. They have this milk tea, a lot of creams. I think a lot of people are over their intolerance now. But my family, I haven't really noticed anything. I mean, they eat ice cream and they drink milk and eat sweets and stuff like that. And a lot of things have cheese, you know, pizza. A lot of stuff is here with cheese that they didn't have before. Next question. Ed Diago H. Ed Diaga. I don't know. Ediga. Chuck, your mom has lots of stuff for one person. Lol. Laughing out loud. Yeah, I know. I told her that the other day. I said, Mom, you got a lot of crap. She's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. I don't care. If she gets too much stuff, we'll just give it to somebody else that needs it. But here's my thinking. My mom needs to get out of the house. She goes and buys these little things, whatever that she thinks she needs. It's okay. It doesn't really matter. She needs to get out and exercise anyway. And yeah, it really doesn't matter. Now, she's not like hoarding, like have excessive amounts like she used to. You know, like having 3 drawers in the kitchen full of McDonald's ketchup packs and taco sauce. Anyway, it's okay. Somebody shared this. I don't want to mention his name. He's a friend of mine, Canadian friend of mine. I'm going to just read you what they sent him, and then I'll share the link, and you can do more research if you don't already know this or you don't care. Dear Sir or Madam, please find the latest public notice regarding discontinuation of income affidavits as below. Public notice. Starting from April 1st, 2025, the Embassy of Canada in Bangkok and the Consulate of Canada in Chiang Mai will no longer provide income affidavits, also called the income letter. Now, they used to do this for Americans a long time ago. And what they would do is they wouldn't have to bring money over here. They'd just go get a certified letter from the embassy saying, I've got the money. And then they would guarantee that foreigner has the funds to live in Thailand, and the immigration would accept the letter because the embassy of their country was responsible for that. They stopped doing it in America, so people had to figure out a way to start show 65,000 baht coming from overseas, or bring in 800,000, or go to some agency or whatever. Let the agency take care of it for you, which I suggest if that's what if you do that, you can just go to an agency and then they'll handle the legalities with the immigration. Thai immigration authorities accept income affidavits as part of the requirements to obtain a non-immigrant long-term stay visa. However, the Embassy of Canada in Thailand has no mechanism to either verify or guarantee an individual's income and cannot legally claim to do so. Same thing happened to in America. The Embassy of Canada in Bangkok and the consulate in Chiang Mai are not required by Thai law to provide an income affidavit for its citizen to use for Thai visa applications. The former issuance of the affidavit in lieu of the actual income evidence has been a matter of informal practice rather than regulation. Because the Embassy of Canada has no means of confirming a Canadian citizen's income, the notarized affidavit from the Embassy of Canada has never met the requirement to prove a minimum income level for a non-immigrant long-term visa stay. There are other methods for citizens to demonstrate they are eligible for this Thai visa category. Canadian citizens should refer to the Thai government for information regarding visa requirements and verification of income. And I'll share the little link here for it's really, if you just type in Thailand Immigration Bureau, it'll pop up. So there you go. I shared that for my fellow Canadians and anybody else who cares about the topic. One Tom Annie VIP. Number 1. I have a question. Every time I am in Thai, I get many mosquito bites. Are there something I can use to not get bitten so much? I have followed you and seen you not have so much bite from mosquitoes. Thank you for your videos. I think I still get bit, but what happens is I think after a while you get immune to it and you don't whelp up. I mean, when I first got it, I had chicken pox. I get bit everywhere. I think I still get bit, but I don't get as irritated as I did before. I guess they don't really mess with Thai people that much because they don't care. I guess they're bored with them, So they want to attack me and Calgam. Tiger bombs. There's a lot of stuff they sell with eucalyptic stuff here. Natural stuff. I brought a lot of stuff from America. I think I have something here like stuff like this with DEET and Repel. I bought a bunch of it before I came here from, I don't remember where, some store, America. But it burns the shit out of my skin now. I can't use it. Used to use it a lot when I went fishing, the spray, But now I cannot. It's too much. Anything by a fan. Usually that's what I do when we're eating dinner. I just turn a fan on, especially by my legs, and it blows most of the mosquitoes away. If you're by the ocean, not so much, I think, because there's a breeze. But you can't do anything much about the mosquitoes here. I've had more mosquito bites in the U.S., though. When we traveled around a lot of the campsites and stuff, and the travel trailer, mosquitoes were bad. Flies, too. But yeah, sit up a fan, use tiger bombs or some kind of stuff. They don't like the scent, but it's not a guarantee. Or bring some of the DEET, which they do sell some good insect repellent here. But a lot of the stuff they normally sell is just natural stuff, like lemongrass, lemon scents, stuff like that. Next question, Rob Bierig by 8Rig. Hi Chuck, what I can't find in the grocery stores in Thailand is burritos, beef burritos. That would be great. I think I sent him a email or something. I think he emailed, I don't remember. He sent me something. I corresponded with him somehow. I was at Villa and they had the little, I don't remember the name brand, but the packaged burritos that you can put in a microwave or an oven or whatever. I don't remember the name brand, but in America we like to use a little, it's burritos you just stick in the microwave. But they have them there, and I told him, I said, you might be able to go to Villa online and see if you can get it. A lot of times they'll deliver that stuff. So you can go to Lazada and then type in the burrito or Villa or something like that, whatever the name brand you like, and see what comes up. Peter Groot, next question. Hello, Chuck. Are the vegetables on the market organic, biological? Here's my thought process on this stuff. Yeah, they do have, especially macro, on the package, a lot of it says organic. And it's not like 80 times more the price like back in the States. If you want something organic, you got to take out a loan, It's basically the same price. It just says organic. A lot of these vegetables that they sell out here come from somebody's little farm. They don't have massive, well, they do some, but not out here. But they do spray for insects and pesticides, so you have to wash the stuff off. but they don't put any kind of growth hormones. They don't modify anything, stuff like that. It's just not worth it. A lot of, people shop here day to day. They don't really store a lot of stuff. If they buy vegetables, it's usually going to get eaten in the next that day or the next 2 or 3 days anyway. So I'd say for the most part, the food here is extremely healthy, and you can definitely tell the difference after being here a while. Next question. Next question is from Fat Boy. Fat Boy's angry at me because I talked about his doggy. I didn't talk about his dog. He loves his dog. He said, I love my pugs, and after my third, they are definitely not dumb. You're very ignorant. Okay, I'm ignorant. What difference does it make? I mean, a lot of animals, it's just my friggin' opinion. The dog comes in and poops on the counter. I mean, that's a brilliant thing to do. Maybe I've had some bad experiences with friends and family members with pugs. I was like, are you kidding me? It's just my opinion. Who really cares? But your opinion of me is I'm ignorant, and that's I don't really care. I hope to never be the smart person. I hope to just stay like the dumb kid in the corner. I hope that I just, I can live life with like a new experience every day. Like, oh, I didn't know that, or very cool. I like to just look at things, but we all have our opinions, and I was really kind of just joking around. And I have a lot of family members and subscribers that have pugs too. And come on, I'm just joking around. But yeah, I know I'm an ignorant. I'm an extremely ignorant person, but that's okay. I don't care. Fat Boy loves his pugs. He made a few other comments too, but I won't share them. He's angry. He's angry Fat Boy. Anyway, guys, that's it. Gonna end it. I got a lot more. Actually, I'm not gonna go through. Sorry, I just kind of ran through the stuff. A lot of questions that people ask, you can actually just type that in on the internet and find the answer. But please keep asking. It's fun sometimes. And please, Fat Boy, keep sharing your opinion to me. I appreciate that. If I respond to you kind of in the same sarcastic manner as you, well, lighten up, dude. Who cares? It's just somebody's opinion, I know you love your pugs. Good for you. Whatever. This particular pug is a nuisance for us in Calgum here, but I'm sure they're not all the same. Just like all Americans aren't the same as well. Anyway, enough of that, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's little chit chat Q&A. Yeah, we're headed to Koh Tang. I can't wait. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Bye.